Hi, this is Velvet George with New Heaven Dominion, and we are here to talk to Mika Johnson today. And she sits on our board of directors. So if everyone can say hello to Miss Mika, welcome her at NHD. We just want to sit and talk and share thoughts and what these girls really go through in life while chat with them and get their honesty truth. Let's begin our talk. By the way, I'm so nervous. Are you guys nervous?
Yes.
No matter how many times I film, I hate talking because I want to be like, what up? What y'all thoughts is?
But then I'm just gonna say right now, I'm gonna be real.
I think you need to be real. Honestly, it's the way. Okay, how many is we gonna be real today?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Right? We're gonna be real?
I'm gonna try.
You gonna be try?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, what they say? What's that thing?
We don't judge.
Right. So that's our theme today. We listen and we don't judge. And it gives us more to think about what we do here. How can we continue to provide great services for y'all? To be honest with the staff of, are we doing something wrong? Are you guys dealing with a lot and you guys are not talking about it? We want to be able to have this moment to share and talk. And there's a million girls that's in a foster care out here that want to hear your voice. So
That's true.
let's begin. Miss Mika.
Oh, hi. I'm Miss Mika. I am on the board of directors for New Heaven Dominion and a former life coach with New Heaven Dominion. And so we're going to do all of what Miss Velvet said and dive into really like what's next, having real conversations about this is where we are today. We know that we have a ton of resources at our fingertips. What are we struggling with and how can we prepare you not just as, leaders in this company, but also for the community? How can you stand up and help provide resources to ensure that there is a success? When we talk about statistics, and I'm going to pull it up here, they say that the odds against those that are in foster care, 25% won't graduate high school. 50% will develop a substance abuse dependence. 70% of young women will become pregnant before age 21. And 3% of kids who age out will earn a college degree. 3. When you hear those stats, right?
How do you feel?
Like,
What is going through your mind at this moment?
3.
After Miss Mika had just read you the statistics.
I mean, I'll speak for Claire. That's the road I'm heading down. I'm about to, I'm at my senior year. I'm at graduation. The next thing is college. So I can't really say, oh yeah, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna beat the statistic without knowing how to beat that statistic. So I am kind of fearful of that, but I know I have a support team to help me get through it. So it's not like I know, oh yeah, I'm gonna completely fall into that statistic, but I know, okay, I'm given a support team, but am I going to take that?
Correct.
So it's a 50-50 chance.
Correct, because, and we had many girls that leave the home and they enter college. And the first couple of months is good, is everything is going great. But when they begin to wing off of their own understanding and be with the wrong crowds and just experiencing life, and then when the support team do come and try to talk to them and try to redirect them, they think that we are judging. They think that we are against them. So how can is there anything that we can do to help you not go down that road of when you're in college, you're having a birthday, you're having a party, everything is good. The first couple of parties, you're like, okay, I'm not going to drink. But then when you start meeting a guy and you like him a lot and he's cute and he's saying, hey, to continue to be with me, come on now, you're going to have to shake it up. You're going to have to do something, and you want to be loved because that is one of the struggles that foster care girls deal with is self-love. So you want to be accepted. So how are you going to stick to your standards? Even when it comes to friends, you get what I'm saying? So when the 3%, what Miss Mika read, yes, that is facts. but I'm guaranteed you more percentage girls went into college, but they didn't finish. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you think that
I mean, because I already know it's not that I have a really bad track record of like substance abuse, but I know that I do have a past, and I know that the enemy is very crafty, so that could come back up. And I know people, like just in high school now, people always talk about going to parties, getting drunk, getting high, doing things that they shouldn't do, and things that I don't want in my life no more. But I know that could easily come back up. But my thing is, I just don't put myself in that position. Hey, if that's what you want to do, that's your life. That's not what I want for mine. And being here, y'all taught me like, okay, y'all have values for yourselves. This is how you stick to them. Don't let no one change it. Don't let no one shift it. So that's kind of what I just stick to. But I do know that the enemy is crafty. So I just got to continue to hold on to those things that y'all give me.
do you feel like you have standards in your life? Do you feel like you have values that you will want to continue without being at NHD?
I do. I developed them while being here.
What about one of you guys?
About the statistics, I feel like I agree with Claire like a lot, because I feel like I am fearful of what role I can like go down if I don't get my act together. But it's like I have the right thing in my mind, like, yeah, I know I'm gonna do this, I know I'm gonna do that, but I know stuff can change. So I'm just like, I don't know, I'm scared. I don't know. I'm scared of what's gonna happen next. That's why I be trying to like not think about the future.
I think there's a lot there. Like, your power as a woman comes from the values and the morals that you set for your life and sticking to it, right? It's so easy to say like, oh, I'm this and I believe in this and I this, but then temptation comes and the world changes and now we're upset and we're in an emotional state and we succumb to whatever is around us. But our power as women is literally in that space of saying, this is what I believe and this is what I stand up for, and there's nothing else that's going to stop me from staying true to what my core values are. And when we have a past of something like substance abuse or promiscuity, it's very easy to fall into low spaces in general in life, right? Like if you deal with a loss, if you have a breakup, anything like that really brings about a ton of emotions. And it's so easy to fall back on what was comfortable or what gave us a high or what made us feel good or what made us feel loved in those moments. And so I think that prepping for the future is important, right? But I agree, it is scary because nobody can predict the future. Nobody knows what's coming next. And the best thing that you can do in this space is really fine tune what you believe, what you stand for, what you value. Really get a good idea on what that looks like today in your life. And it may change over years, but today in your life. And then think, okay, what are the things that I struggle with that could come back up and, shine its little bell? And I'm like, ooh, what's that bling over there, right? Because that's where we're like, ooh, okay. If the devil's going to come, he's going to come in a nice, pretty package. He's not coming with a vengeance. He's going to come and make it nice and shiny and be like, hey, girl, what's going on over there? And so you're going to battle with this. But if your core, right, if at your core you're standing in that power, you'll have the tools to combat that. And so I think prepping for your future is necessary, but staying true to what your core values are is going to be something that is imperative through life. I haven't had a drink of alcohol in 7 years. My husband drinks, my friends drink. If we have a party, everybody's drinking. Guess what I'm drinking? Some pineapple juice. Everybody's doing shots. I go to the bartender and I say, hey, can you just pour me some Coke in a little shot glass, right? Then I don't have to deal with people like, oh, do you have a shot? Please save it, because you're going to lose this battle. right? And so it's that type of power that through different areas of your life, whether that be, again, substance abuse, promiscuity, the partying in school, etc., just staying true to who you are. And that doesn't mean, do I party? Of course I've partied, right? Have I done things? Of course I've done things. But at what point do you draw the line and say, this is above and beyond what I'm willing to compromise because this is what I stand for?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the space that I think as you're planning and looking at your future, that you've got to define today. The sooner the better, right? So that you're not falling for everything that comes, right? Taking that stance and standing in that power. Alicia, you're in college now.
Right.
And so what are some of the things, and you do a great, like, hats off to you. You've done a great job of not just experiencing life, but being aware of some of the distractions that could happen that take you away from like where you feel God has placed you to
Absolutely,
be.
yeah.
So what are some of the temptations that you feel like you've witnessed, whether directly or from your friends, that you think them stepping into that stage once they age out could be a challenge?
Yeah, so I wanted to add on when you said about valuing yourself. I tell you guys all the time of you need to remember your values and then what are you prioritizing. And when you really understand that, you wake up and this is where my standard is. This is why I'm waking up to go to college. This is why I'm waking up to get that bachelor's degree. And that's what I was doing. This is my junior year in college. And it is hard. Like, I am gonna tell you, it is very hard of just waking up every day and trying to complete myself of getting a bachelor's degree. But me first knowing who I am in Christ, and I'm having a relationship with Christ of praying every day, I have a standard of, I know where I am, where I'm going to be in like the 5 years or in my future. And so I want to tell you guys, like, don't be scared. You know, I understand that you're going to be afraid, but don't be fearful. There's two different emotions of being scared and being fearful. And so I don't want you guys to, you know, age out and being like, oh, I'm going to be fearful of going to college or having to, you know, make friends or make choices, because as you gain a relationship with Christ and when you really, what Miss Mika talked about of setting values for yourself and then priorities, then that's when you're gonna have, okay, I have a plan. This is my plan. This is the choices I'm gonna make. I have choices where who my friends is, what teachers I'm gonna, you know, be in a class with, or like just your mentor, just everything. When you have a plan, then that's when fear is less and more power. You know, so that's how I walk daily in college. You know, I've dealt with choosing friends. I was lonely my freshman year because I chose, you know, not to party. I chose not to drink. A lot of college students, they vape a lot. That's how they cope. They vape, they smoke weed. I had a standard where I'm not going to do that. But a good thing in college, they also had a lot of clubs, a lot of clubs. And I chose to be in a club where it taught me standards of life as a college student, of being a Christian, of being a woman that I need to be, or being a good friendship. I know the club that I'm in is called For a Black Girl. And this club is just for African Americans that want to unite, but also teaching me how to be self-love and just do the righteous thing instead of, you know, being all about that rowdy. No. And so I made good friends. I made good associates where I can network in and still be able to, like, okay, I can make it through the day. I can make it with almost there, graduating, almost there. And so, yeah, that's how I live day to day of like being a college student, and setting boundaries for myself is really knowing myself in Christ and setting boundaries of knowing your values and prioritizing.
And community matters, right?
Yeah.
Like when you made those standards, you said, I want to choose a better
Absolutely.
community that helps pour into me and pour into the direction that I want in my
Yes.
life. So my question to you all is, through high school today, do you feel like you are placing yourself in an ideal friend circle? Meaning the people that you are hanging out with are people that you admire, that inspire you to grow, that make you make you want to do better in life? So I'll start. Yeah.
I remember the school that I go to now, I came home one day and I thought I had the right friend group. I was like, because I don't know, what I made up in my mind when I first started going to the school, I was just like, oh, I can't wait to make friends. Like, my whole school was going to be about friends. And so I made up in my mind that I want to hang around ghetto group of girls because I don't really like people that's boring. I want to hang around ghetto girls because I feel like they're fun. Not no more, but I started hanging around these group of girls, and they was doing a lot of stuff. Like, yeah. So I came back home one day to Miss Velvet, and I was like, Miss Velvet, oh, I just met these girls, and they said they want to be my friend and stuff like that. And then I kept coming home every day, like, talking about them and stuff. So Miss Velvet was, like, telling me, like, them are not your friends. You need to stop hanging around them. You need to stop hanging around them. But I was being rebellious, and I kept hanging around them. And then I just eventually, like, I just stopped hanging around them. I just still hang around this one girl, but we don't even really talk like that. It's just when we walk past each other in the hallway, she's just like, hey, can I, or something like that. And I just be like, hey, and then we don't really talk like that. But other than that, when I first got there, my whole thing was going to be about friends. But I was hanging around the wrong group of girls. They was doing a whole bunch of stuff that could have got me in trouble.
Like what?
Like, there was vaping at the lunch table and stuff like that. And it's like a small school, so everybody can see them. There was like, I got involved with this too, smoking on the bus. They was just cussing a lot. That got me into cussing because I remember, like, I stopped cussing for a while I was here when I wasn't going to, like, no school at all. I stopped cussing for a while. When I got back in, when I went to this new school, I started cussing like, I was cussing like a storm, but I never cussed here. Well, I did, but it's like not around adults. But, so I was cussing up a storm on the bus. And I just, like, was realizing, I'm like, nah, dog, can't do it. So I just stopped hanging around them, but I still do hang around this one girl.
And if you could choose your friends today, right, because we all do have that choice, what would be some of the traits that align with the direction that you want for your life that you'd be looking for?
I mean, I want, because Miss Velvet and Miss Lisa always tell us, like, you need to be around friends that's, like, their level is above you. Or they're okay, because they're gonna, because if they're lower, they're gonna bring you down with them. But if they're the same as you, they're gonna, like, grow with you. They're gonna be on that journey with you and grow with you. But if they're above you, they're gonna try to lift you up and stuff. Like, that's what I want. That's the type of friends that I want. That I want friends that's the same as me or above me, because I feel like I want to do better. That's just me. That's just how I feel in that person. Because I got something to tell y'all, but I'm gonna wait till y'all get to ask questions, because I got something to tell y'all. Like, it's very important. And then, but I just feel like the type of friends that I want now is so much different to when I first started going to that school. It's so much different. Now it's like I'm still, like, working on myself with my schoolwork and stuff like that. But with my mindset now, my mindset has changed a lot. But my schoolwork, it's like my mindset's not lining up. But I remember this week been good for me. I've been actually trying, because Joe been having to talk to me every morning. Hey. I'm like, got you.
Your ears open.
And then, so I was like, okay. So this week been good, and I just feel like I'm finally getting a mindset. Like, I'm finally, like, preparing myself, like, making myself do it. Like, lining my mind with what I need to do. That's what I'm starting to do. So,
Anybody else?
Yeah, before we go to anybody else, I just want to touch on one thing. When you said that this week was good, your whole energy shifted. And it almost seemed like you were excited about what's to come. And I think as you move through life, when you sense that level of excitement, like, oh, this week was good, and I'm like, you were on a roll, right? Like, that is that good feeling that you want to hold on to. Meaning, if Miss Velvet is pouring into you, like, that should be something like, Miss Velvet, thank you, but can you give me some more? Like, I'm having a tough week. What you got for me this week, right? Because you can already sense that your energy is going to be in an elevated stance. So not draining her, right? Because to pour into people, it takes a lot, but being able to take what she's giving you and actually implement it on a regular basis, but also hold yourself accountable to when you don't have it, know that she's there. and she's willing to pour in. So I do want to ask somebody else and kind of just go along around, if you had to look at your community of friends today, you know, is it a group that you would align your future self with?
No.
Why not?
And it's not that it's anything that they do is necessarily toxic, but it's the values that they hold for themselves. And I'm the type of person where I don't like to speak up for myself and stuff. So it's not like I don't want to make it seem like I'm talking down on them, but they don't hold themselves to a standard to where I can look up to them because I struggle with my own self-worth. So if they're also struggling with self-worth, then how can I grow? But I don't want it to seem like in like a selfish type of way, because I care about people whether they know me or not. But I wouldn't really have, like, if I could really, like, if I had the confidence enough to choose my own friends, I would not have them as my friends, because I can't hold a low standard for myself and then have other people around me hold the same kind of standard, if not lower. Like, I can't say I hate myself and then my friend say, oh, I hate me too. Because then it's like, why are we even talking? You're not a follower of Christ. I'm just now starting my walk. I'm taking baby steps. I'm not saying I'm better than them, but it's like now that I'm really getting in with Christ, I'm seeing around me and I'm like, dang, like, it's not that I have the discernment, like, as, like, most spiritual people do, but it's like, dang, I see a type of spirit on this person. They're just, like, they're, like, hurt.
How did you get to that level? How did you get to that level where, because when you're in high school and you have these friends and it's a girl that can dress pretty or talk nice, or you just think her personality is fly, how did you get to the point where you are now discerning their personality, you're recognizing their personality?
Because I feel like I've struggled with depression for a very, very long time. So now that I'm taking like little tiny steps out of it, I'm starting to see people who are in the same place that I was. Because when you're in that place, you can't really see what's going on with other people. It's like a little pity party for yourself. You're like, oh, woe is me. I'm so depressed. My life is over. But now that you're like, I have hope for my life, that you're seeing that other people don't have that. You're seeing that other people are like, I just want to, like, I don't care about my life anymore.
That's good, Jess. That's really good.
What feelings come up for you when you think about you not standing up for yourself? Not
Fear.
speaking your voice. Fear. Where do you think that comes
Insecurity. I think it comes from, because we're being real right now, so I'm gonna be real. I was bullied almost my entire life. And I also had people at home tearing me down. So it's like a more of like a people-pleasing type of like concept. It's like I don't want to walk away from people because I don't know if I'm gonna get any more people. I don't want to, because I don't value, like, I'm just now finding value in myself. And I got here like 5 months ago. So like now that I'm finding value in myself, it's like I still don't have enough confidence to like actually walk away from people like that. But it's like now I'm realizing that it's not worth having the friends, but I'm still scared to say no to them when they're like, oh, are we friends? Because I don't like hurting people's feelings. Like if we'll just be chilling around the house, but if I feel like I sounded like I had an attitude, I will apologize just like right then and there. Like I hate when I feel like I hurt somebody's feelings. I hate when somebody's upset and I feel like I had something to do with it, because I don't like seeing people upset. So I wouldn't want that for other people.
It sounds like there's also some fear of being alone.
Right.
Yeah.
And everything that you said I think hits home for a lot of people, right? Nobody really wants to be alone.
Yeah.
Many people struggle with their confidence, their self-esteem. And so my, kind of guidance to you is take up space. Like I can hear from your tone that at heart, you feel connected. You feel connected to people and that you want what's good for people. And that's a beautiful thing. But take up space, right? Do it loudly. And if it means you're alone, okay. But I'll tell you what, if you're with God, you're never alone.
Right.
So when you're in community, right, there's always going to be, especially when you're in alignment with God, there's always going to be a community there. It's just that in the space that you're in, it's not the right group. It's not pouring into where you are, and it's not pouring into where you want to be. So it feels lonesome, right? So take up space, share your heart, get with like-minded young individuals, because that's where you're going to thrive. And you're starting to already recognize that now. And so tune into that, connect with that. So I think loneliness is something that many people struggle with in general. I think from life experiences, from the way you look, there's many things that can occur in our life that make us feel alone. Alicia, I know you've kind of experienced some of that through college. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Right. So it started, of course, my freshman year when I told you guys that I had to be in a lonely journey because I was still trying to balance out of the choices I was going to make and the friends I was going to be around. And it started from my senior year in high school where I chose to be around friends due to not being lonely. So I was just choosing just anyone. And those friends just got me to a low place, like a low energy where it was like, I have to make better friends. So during my college year, my freshman year, my sophomore year, I was lonely, and it caused me to be still dealing with depression, and not dealing with depression because I never dealt with depression, but it felt in a low place of God, like I'm lonely, I want to make friends, I want to network, but it caused me to be social anxiety. Like the more isolated I got, the more I dealt with social anxiety, not expressing myself. And I'm like, God, like, what is this? And so until I met the right group of friends, and until I start putting myself out there of choosing, okay, I'm going to be with these type of friends because I know myself, that's when social anxiety starts to break off and low depression starts to break off, and I start to just be more expressive. And so I want to, just talk about more of isolation, not being isolated, but finding the right community, because it's okay to be in a place where I need to be by myself, but being in the right community is very more important, instead of being, I'm just going to be by myself, I'm just going to be isolated because I don't rock with these people. No, that's not what I'm trying to say at all. So yeah, I'm very glad that you touched up on that.
Yeah, it's such a defense mechanism, right?
Yeah.
When you hear, oh, I can do it by myself, I'm good, I don't need nobody.
Absolutely.
It's such a defense mechanism. And to me, that just says there's so much more there. There's so much more happening. Claire, talk to us kind of a little bit about how, whether or not I should say, that resonates with you.
Well, growing up, I was always a loner. I didn't like being around people. I didn't care for people. Not in the sense of, oh, I just don't love them. It's just I didn't care to have their company. I always wanted to be by myself. So once I hit high school, it was kind of like, okay, a whole bunch of schools are mashed together and then there's just me. Do I fit in somewhere? Will these people like me? Can I gel with them? What can I benefit out of that person? And if I seemed like I could not benefit anything out of them, or they didn't pique my interest, I just chose to stay alone. Because growing up and having the circumstances I've had, I had to mature quickly. So me having to mature quickly, I don't have the same mindset as somebody else that didn't go through what I went through. So they're still in their childish state. Hey, I'm not on your level, so I don't even see the point of having you around. I don't want you around. And so being isolated, it kind of just, it's not that I felt depressed or I felt desperately need for someone, but it was more of like how you said, oh, well, I don't need nobody, I can do it on my own. Like, I've always been the type of person, if no one can get it to me, I'm gonna go get it myself. I've always been that up person. Like, I've always just chose to be lonely, because when I'm lonely, no one can hurt me.
Yeah, I mean, that's real, right? Like, to put yourself in a vulnerable state to be hurt requires a ton of courage. And sometimes it feels easier to just protect yourself, right? Like, I can be bad all on my own, right? I don't need you to get me into it. I don't need you to help me out with it. And so something in what you said around how you kind of assess your friends is what they can give to you. What do you feel like you offer to your friendships? Because relationships are should be mutually beneficial. You should be able to pour into your friends just as your friends should be able to pour into you. So if you have that standard of your friends must be able to pour into you from X, Y, and Z, what do you feel like you offer as a friend?
Well, in the past, I would say I could like offer like a ton of things that are like, but they're not healthy, they're not toxic, so they're not really beneficial. But like now I can offer like not spiritual guidance, but we can connect. We can talk about like who our savior is. We can talk about how we want our future, how we can achieve it. We can talk about things that we need to know. Like, I can't have a foo-foo conversation with people anymore. It's more of like, oh, so what's going to be your career? How do you view yourself in the coming years? Like, what do you want your story to be? And it's more of that. It's more of like uplifting, encouraging. Like, we're both walking into this young adulthood. How can we get through it together? That's more of what I can bring to the table.
And do you feel like your friend group today aligns with that?
Oh, I don't have friends. I still isolate. So there's one girl that I talk to, but I'm slowly drifting away from her because she's around negative too much, and it's like who her friend group is doesn't align with what I see for my life. So like, right now I would say I'm kind of in a state of still being isolated.
Yeah, and I'll say this, community matters. And even though you can do great on your own, having cheerleaders in your corner, having somebody that when you're not feeling as motivated, that can still push you, is so powerful and valuable in life. But I hope that as you do transition through, you are able to look at people and say, man, like, that's a go-getter. I want to be friends with that go-getter because I'm also a go-getter, right? And I feel like I live my life very similarly. If you guys know Miss Velvet and I's story, like, she's about her business, I'm about her business. There's days that we have low times, and we've gone through life together, raising kids, families, losses, travel. We've been through it all. But listen, if I had to go through it alone, sometimes I say, I don't know how I would have made it. Like, I know I have God, but man, it's just so much sweeter to have somebody by your side that aligns with where you're trying to go. And last but not least, I should say, talk to me a little bit about your community group, and does it align with kind of what you're looking to be, or how you're looking to live your life once you age out?
I would say, to begin with, when I first went to school, absolutely not. To begin with, I didn't really notice it at first. I was still young and Christian. I was still a young Christian, but I didn't really think nothing of it. But whenever I started really getting more into my relationship with God, I started to really notice and see, oh, this person isn't right for me. This person ain't right for me. And I feel like more people, if I won't to have friends around, they gotta be more like spiritually uplifting. They gotta be encouraging. They can't be bringing you down or any of that. And one of my struggles that I really do struggle with is people pleasing. So of course I try to make sure everybody is happy. I try to make sure everybody's like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, you wanna be friends, okay, that's cool. But I'm slowly trying to like baby stepishly get like over that, because I'm realizing that's unhealthy, that's not right, that's not healthy to do. So it's just like, I feel like, nah, the people I hang around, there's about maybe only 2 people that's really truly Christian. The others, they're not really Christian.
Where do you feel like the people pleasing comes from?
My trauma, honestly.
What is it?
My trauma. My
Your
past.
trauma.
Yes.
All right, so there's a lot of things that are kind of uncovered about our friends group and kind of what we're experiencing, but it sounds good, right? We all know the type of friend group we want, but what's stopping us from getting there? Like, what are you challenged with today? And what are you saying today? Listen, I recognize this group is not good. This is the group that I want to roll with, but I'm challenged because X, Y, and Z. And how can we then assist you in kind of bringing you about a community that may be able to kind of pour into you? So I'll start here and we can kind of go down.
I would say that I am my biggest setback. And I say that only because I build walls and I'm not a vulnerable person. I don't open up. So if I was to try to make a friend, it's like, you don't get to see me. I'll know everything about you, but you won't be able to study me because I don't want to be somebody that's like a book that you can read. I don't want somebody to know me because once you know me, are you going to judge me based on my flaws? Are you going to pinpoint it? Are you going to try to take advantage of me? And that stems from my trauma in my past of constantly having that done to me because I was vulnerable. I would try to open up. I would want people to understand, but instead of understanding, they took it and they hurt me with that same thing.
Take advantage. So what can we do to support you, or what resources do you feel like you need to kind of fight through some of those walls so that you can expand and have some healthy relationships?
I would say number one, I need Christ. I need to surrender because that's the problem I also have because I'm scared of change. But I mean, NHD provides a safe environment. It's just, I got to renew my mind. I got to change my mindset of constantly thinking people will hurt me, thinking that people don't have my best intention.
And so you think if we are able to surround you with more God-like individuals, that would aid in the process after you surrender your life to God?
I feel like the challenges that's stopping me from like actually going to the better friends is me, because I'm still stuck in my past. I'm just like, I don't want that, but I want it, but it's like I don't really want it for real. Well, I want it for real. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like it's me stepping. It's me. So if I just get out of that mentality, like, oh, I want to be around fun people instead of people that's gonna actually spiritually guide me, I'll be like, I just don't want to do it because it's like I'm scared.
It's quality over quantity. Do you want 10 Shein bags or do you want one Chanel bag? You know, it's quality over quantity. And I think we think about this life of like, oh, what's popular? And oh, the more people that like me, the better I'm going to feel about myself. Wrong. They have nothing to do with what you feel about yourself. And so it sounds like right here, we're kind of standing in our own way at the moment. Kind of going along. Just keep going back. Yeah.
I feel like what my biggest struggle with that is insecurity. I feel like it's in the sense that, like, I think I already said something about this maybe, but it's like I'm scared to reject people because I don't want to be rejected myself. But it's not like I know how they feel. It's more of like I don't want everybody to hate me. I mean, I would know how they feel, obviously, but like it's like I'm just scared of rejection. I'm scared of like, oh, well, I mean, if I don't be friends with this person, then I'm not going to have friends at all.
How can we provide resources to help you through that?
I think I really just need to focus on self-love. Focus more on my relationship with Christ so that I feel reassured that even when I don't have friends, I still have Jesus. Like, I don't need friends in order to have somebody who actually really loves me.
Kanaja, I don't think you mentioned what resources do you need to kind of get out of that space, get out of your own way?
The renewal of my mind.
And it's a constant thing, the renewing of our mind, because we're going to deal with so many things in life. Like, I almost laugh to not cry because life is lifing, right? Isn't that what y'all say? Life be lifing? Yeah. I'm hip. But for real, it does. And it takes a constant renewal of your mind, and through faith, right? Like, that's the constant. Faith never changes. God is unwavering. So keeping that at the core and developing great traits around that, I think you had to help in that space. So talk to me a little bit about what you're challenged with and how we can help.
I would have to say maybe just being like shy and being like
Shy. Like, shy is a real thing. I don't know where these gnats all came from. Shy is a real thing. I feel that. Why do you think you're shy?
I don't know. I don't know. I just get shy real easily. Like, it's not like I don't want to talk. It's like I get to where like I want to shut down my mind and like the shyness takes over. I think it's mostly like when I'm around new people, when I meet new people. Like, for example, I see a new person, I want to go up to them and talk, but it's just like I get too shy and it's like my brain just like shuts down and it's like, no, you're gonna end up messing up, you're gonna end up doing this, you're gonna end up doing that. So I think it would mainly be more of my thoughts.
Yeah, you get in your head.
Yeah.
How can we help you through that?
I would say maybe encourage me more that I need to get out of my head, like stay out of my head and be more like, oh, I can do this. I can be more like positive, you know what I mean? Like be more positive about it.
Do you get angry?
I have really bad anger issues, but it's not like bad. It's just like, it's kind of like I get snappy and irritated easily.
Do you yell?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Why not?
It's more like why would I yell if I've been in that environment? Why would I yell like that if I've been in that environment? I don't want to put other people in the environment I've been in. I only get like that if I'm like extremely like mad, like angry. But
I know. But that's where your shyness comes from. It's because everybody's at you, so you make yourself smaller in that space. And that's this right here. This is not who you are. It's just the role you've taken on because of all that yelling. So, all right. This is a lot, y'all. Do you feel like this was helpful or no?
Yes.
Be real with me. Yes? No?
Yes.
It was a chance of vulnerability.
Yeah. And it's hard to do.
I feel like we need a second part because
Part
it's like,
two.
Yes.
right?
We have
It's
part
getting
two.
just into the deep
Oh,
part.
I'm
and
like,
it's
it's so
yes.
good. But I thank you. I thank you because y'all just met me, -1. And so to be able to share with me, -2 really, but to be able to share with me and share a part of your life and kind of the challenges you face, I hold near and dear. And I hope that on this journey, I can continue to support Miss Velvet, continue to support you all through it. Know that you are not alone. Like God is you're by your side. But if you say, hey, Miss Velvet, I need you to call Miss Mika because I just need something, feel free to leverage that as a resource as well.